We And we are back. Welcome back, Quality Shot Tennis. Today, we've got Ben Shelton taking on Francis Tiafoe in Washington quarterfinals. I have been at Wimbledon, so I haven't been able to do streams. Now I'm adjusting to being back where I'm usually at in Atlanta, back home, away from Wimbledon. I have some experiences that I can talk about from there. But we're back. This is the first live stream in a minute. I'm happy to be back. And we've got All-American showdown here between two. Well, listen, the last time these two guys played was a fantastic match. To me, I thought it was the best match of the U.S. Open last year. So many winners, really high-level shot making. So I'm hoping this match is like even half as good. The record head-to-head is 2-1 for Ben Shelton, but like I said, Tiafoe won the last time they played at the U.S. Open, so I'm just hoping it's like quite literally half as good as that. How are you doing, Max? But yeah, what's up? Let me know how you guys are. Welcome back. Hopefully you guys tuned into the new Tennis Era podcast that came out. That was also the first one in a while. Power rankings are back. Going to be doing more podcasts. Also, a lot of exciting tennis stuff that I'm working on, like behind the scenes. I'm excited. And yeah, Wimbledon was crazy. Got to ask a question to Djokovic. That was cool. And yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty surreal experience, honestly. Being in London was wild. Very different culture from the US, which is obvious, but took some adjusting too. But it was good. Tiafoe so far in this tournament has beaten Flavio Cobolli and Alexander Kovacevic, two in-form players. If you've been following the ATP Tour, which I know a lot of people have not, to be honest, since Wimbledon, they are both in form. Cobolli's been in form for the last few weeks. Tiafoe brushed him aside, playing very high level. Kovacevic just got to a final, and he's been playing pretty well. So, that's a good showing for Tiafoe. I'm pretty happy with those results from Big Foe. I think at his best, he has probably an underrated peak level. Like when he's playing really well, like he plays really well. And I felt like after he made his first US Open semifinal, when he like won a million tiebreakers and just was winning every tiebreaker he played, was just was playing so well. Just very complete game. He has such a unique talent. And I feel like he's fun to watch when he's playing sort of at his best. But Shelton's playing well too. His match against Diallo was one of the highest levels we've seen this tournament so far. And also played Mackie McDonald. So yeah, I'd say in general, both players are playing well. That's why I wanted to do this one. I feel like it's a good one to watch. It's Ben Shelton to serve first. I'm going to take Tiafoe in 3 sets. It's been close every time these two guys have played. I'll take Tiafoe in 3. Let me know your guys' predictions. I just think Tiafoe is playing so well right now. he's got to have confidence from beating a guy like Kaboli in straights in the last round. So I'll take Big Foe. Let me know your predictions. I think TIAFOE ties up the head-to-head. The win in the U.S. Open was actually... Let me fix my camera real quick. The win at the U.S. Open was actually a return... a revenge win. Shelton won that famous match against TIAFOE, famous only because of the celebration. That got famous because of Djokovic in the next match. But yeah, TIAFOE lost to Shelton in 4 sets. Next year, comes back, wins an epic in 5. Impressive. And that was really an opportunity, it was an opportunity in that tournament. Shelton could have gone to the semis if he had beaten TIAFOE. I think whoever wins that match gets the semifinals. That wouldn't have been the first semifinals Shelton would have reached. He reached the semis the year before, like I said. So that's something to think about. And TIAFOE played Fritz in the semis, right? In the US Open. So that was a real chance to even make a final, Who knows? Even, chance at it's always a chance at a title, some chance. So first game of the match, best chance to break your opponent's serve. So it's TIAFOE's looking to do here, 15-30. Your opponent hasn't built up any kind of rhythm yet. It's rare. It's missing these first serves by about 5 miles, maybe 6, maybe 7. It's a lot. Too much. Forehand into the bottom of the net from TIAFOE, 30-all. Good second serve. Into the body. We like a body serve. But yeah, I got to go to Wimbledon. And I spoke to so many players. Like, I was actually thinking before this match started, this sounds weird, but I was thinking, did I interview Ben Shelton? And I can't for the life of me remember if I interviewed him or not, which sounds bad, and it probably is. But I can't, like, I interviewed so many players that it's hard for me to remember who I interviewed and who I did not interview. Which is wild. I've interviewed TIAFOE even in Atlanta, so I've interviewed him, and he's memorable. And so Shelton, I'm sure, but I don't remember, which sounds so bad. But I really don't. I'm like so 50-50 on it, which is crazy. Maybe my memory is just terrible. But it was such a blur at times. I was interviewing so many players. Good forehand cross court from Shelton. Gets on the board, 1-0. But obviously, because I don't remember, I don't think I did. I'm just using common sense there. But I also like almost have a memory in the back of my mind of like, I don't know. Might be getting him mixed up with another player, but 1-0. Shelton gets on the board first. I don't expect to see a lot of breaks of Shelton's serve, but TIAFOE's capable of doing it. We know that. Let me know in one word how you guys are feeling. Give me one word. Let me know the mood. Also, let me know who you think is going to win this tournament. Medvedev went out earlier today to Mute. I couldn't believe that match point, which is obviously going viral. It should. Amazing. Mute, spectacular lob in that rally. Just will to fight. He couldn't put away Medvedev on a couple of his first match points, then put him away on the third. Broke Medvedev's serve. Medvedev launched his racket, almost hit like 5 people, which I didn't particularly like, but when he's playing well, Mute, he's he's such a crazy kind of character, but he can play a solid tennis. Really reminds me of Fabio Fognini a lot. I don't know if he's going to have Fognini's career, but I could imagine it. Just out of nowhere wins 1 Masters. Other than that, maybe doesn't quite fulfill the potential of his talent. I could imagine something like that. If Mute's watching, he'll be like, screw you, Anthony. I will fulfill my talents. And then he goes on to become number one in the world. But no, I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if there's a French player in this next generation that is better than, Gilles Simon, Joe Wilfried Song, and all of these guys, Richard Gasquet, who were in the last kind of era. Because none of those guys, they were all kind of about the same peak. They all got to like number 4 or 5 in the world. I think Songa was probably a notch above the rest. I think it's kind of a crime he never made a Wimbledon final, let alone even a Roland Garros final. But yeah, unfortunately, he never did. We'll see if one of these French players, because Al's in the final this week, I think he's super talented. I don't know about him winning a slam, but it's been since 1983 since the French players won a slam. Not an unpopular opinion, but I have my eye and my money on Arthur Fils. I kind of agreed with, I saw a video Gil Gross did, shout out, where he said Fils. I don't know. I don't really think right now Fils is going to be the third best player to center in Alcaraz, but I do think he's not in the conversation enough. Not necessarily for that, but he's just in general not in the tennis conversation enough. If I'm choosing a third best, I would more quickly go to Menzik or Draper, or even if I had to pick one more, I'd say Fonseca. Fils would be my fourth to choose. But I do think Fils is not mentioned enough anyway. Even if he's not a consistent third, I think he could have a really good run at a big tournament somewhere down the road, like a slam. I think he can win a slam title. Hey, how are you doing, Max? Hope you and everyone of Quality Shot Tennis had a wonderful experience interviewing players at Wimbledon. Thank you. It was a privilege. I'm grateful. Would be epic if this match goes 3 sets. I'm taking TIAFOE in 3. Lexi. What's up? Good to see you. What's up? What's up, Max? What's up, Lexi? Good to see you guys. Hope French tennis players can achieve more. Yeah. It's my first match after a Wimby final. Yeah, it's my first stream since I don't know how long. Since I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. I think the last stream I did was Sinner Alcaraz Rome final. No, that can't be right. Something Roland Garros. I probably did something Roland Garros. I don't remember. Did I? I actually can't remember, and I don't like it. I think my last one was Rome. I don't think I did Roland Garros because I came back from Arkansas for the Challenger tournament I was covering. Maybe I did it right after. I'm kind of not remembering. Oh, maybe. Wait, did I do Sabalenka? No. I'm checking now because I really don't remember. I didn't do Sinner Djokovic. I don't think. Did I? Maybe I did, actually. Oh, I did. Okay. Sinner Djokovic Roland Garros was my last one. Okay. That sounds right. Okay, cool. Hey, how's it going, Ghost? What's up? Wonder how Canadian Open of the men's singles turnout of the top players withdrawing there. Yeah. I mean, Zverev has a good chance, to be honest. But that could be like an Alexei Popyrin type of thing. He won last year. You never know. Shelton gets an easy hold to 2-1. I wonder if like Ben Shelton's ever up 40 love and he's like, let me try to break the serve speed record. I don't have a good enough experience having any kind of chance or opportunity breaking the serve speed record. But wouldn't it make sense if like every now and again you're like, at least in the back of your mind, like, let me try to break the freaking world record. Like if you're Ben Shelton, you at least have the possibility of doing so. I'm not talking about also Sam Groth, 163 miles per hour. Sumi, I believe the record's like still like 156 or 157 miles per hour. Take your pick of which one you believe, whether it's like, I think John Isner at Davis Cup has like ridden down 157 miles per hour. I think that one's also sketchy because his second fastest serve wasn't even above 150. So how you go 7 miles per hour above your fastest is really strange. Also, Karlovich at Davis Cup just doesn't look 156 miles per hour to me. I kind of think Davis Cup radars might play a bit fast. I really kind of tend to think so. The fastest one that I think, is like Ryonich, which is like 155 miles per hour, 156. But anyway, I do wonder if one of these fast servers ever is like, let me try to break the world record. I like TN2, crushed by Fokina, but I'm good. Glad to see you guys again. Yeah, Wimbledon was crazy. You are talking to a man that has now interviewed Djokovic and Sinner. At Sabalenka, I have changed. I've evolved. I have evolved beyond these pity live streams. No, I'm just joking. I have evolved from this. It was crazy though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of like, yeah, low-key processing it because it was a bit surreal talking to players that are kind of are kind of known worldwide and who I've been watching for a long time. Like I did a one-on-one with Gael Monfils that kind of blew my mind. For the most part, like people were very nice, the players. But yeah, it was Wimbledon. Like right away, I was like, wow, this is the height of prestigious tennis tournament coverage. It's obvious right away. Like even if I didn't realize I was at Wimbledon, I had like couldn't see the courts or whatever, I would still know I was at Wimbledon because like you see, I saw Djokovic passing like inches in front of me, just casually like joking with like people working there. On the first day, Sabalenka, same thing. Alcaraz, it's like it's just people casually walking around. Everybody Hey, super sorry, guys. I'm back. This is the technology. I swear to Christ. If I could do these live streams without having to rely on technology, I would do that so fast. Like, it is so annoying, dude. Like, I get good technology and then just like, bro, I'm so sick of this. Like, dude, we need to like, we've advanced to the point where we use technology. If it was up to me, we would advance like even further to the point where we don't need technology. I'm so sick of this, dude. Okay. Anyway, I'm back. This is so freaking confusing for no reason when things should be simple. But anyway, apologies. Jesus Christ. Most annoying thing in my life. Swear to Christ. So crazy. All right, let me put the scoreboard on. Jesus Christ. You can always do your live streams via carrier pigeon. Exactly. Quality shot tennis, innovating. Dude, whatever. Okay. Drop shot is in the net. Shelton is slapping. Big Phil looks great in burnt orange. Yeah, well, I wasn't watching the match while I was away, but luckily they're still in this like long deuce game, so that's good. All right, deuce here. TIAFOE to serve. All right, let's do some play-by-play. First serve is missed. I mean, even when I was doing my like last live streams, like I don't think I had a single technical issue for the last like 5 or 6 live streams I'd done. So it's kind of comical to me that like I experienced a new kind of technical issue like 3 minutes into this stream. Just to welcome back my general experience so far of doing live streams, which is like things go really well, except my freaking I don't understand, but my technology just gives up on me. Even though I have good technology now, but it just sucks. Advantage to TIAFOE. That's the thing. It's like technology is so good, but it just like gives up sometimes or glitches or something. It's just like the worst. It's like perfect until it's not. It's perfect until it doesn't work at all. Second serve from Francis was squirmy. Nice weapon that, yeah. TIAFOE's got an underrated serve, I think. I think he always kind of has. A good hold from TIAFOE, fending off Ben Shelton, hitting some big shots. 2-2. Yeah, kind of serving his way out of trouble, no doubt. 20 minutes on the match clock. We're at 2 games apiece. Hopefully, smooth sailing on the stream from here on out. I'm gonna try my best to achieve that. So, would you go back to Wimby 100%? Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back multiple times. It was amazing. I was so. It was amazing. I was so honored to be there. What an experience! That's the thing about traveling and going to tournaments too. You just get so many good experiences. Big serve from Benny Shelton, 15 love. Um, but the culture in London is so different. Um, I've been telling people I'm a little bit tired right now. Like I don't want to tell a whole lot of stories honestly about London or Wimbledon. I'm not sure if people even want to hear it. Although I'm sure you guys want to hear a little bit about Wimbledon, but I've been telling so many like stories about London, but it's like these people are the people there are so different. I've been told before, like what's interesting about traveling is like how similar people are, but I didn't find that at all. In London, it was like the culture is very different from the United States in general, obviously generalizing, but it's like people will just tell you straight up how they feel. Like in general, people are nice, I found, but not like actively like crazy nice. Like they'll tell you if you're being an idiot, even if they haven't met you. You're like If they don't like what you're doing, they will tell you straight up. If they think they're like that you're just have no idea what you're doing, they will tell you you have no idea what you're doing. In general, pretty nice and a bit social, but it's like, but not actively like wave at you nice or something. It's like, I don't know. They're very honest, I think, which is good. I quite like that. I don't know if I'd want to live there, but they had an honesty about them that was quite nice. And also I did find some of their like dry wit, crude humor type of thing, which was cool. Redrop from Tiafo is nice. Shelton's there at the lob. Smart play from Tiafo goes behind Ben Shelton. 30 all. Like I was in line with this guy. Well, okay. Well, the lady in front of me is buying a sandwich from a deli. And this might be the last like thing I say about London, honestly, because I'm so tired. I'll probably talk about it more later. But this guy's buying a sandwich. Woman's buying a sandwich. And she goes to the worker, you have a lovely manner about you, which is like pretty nice. Like you're like, wow, that's nice. To like a stranger, it seems like. Good serve from Shelton. Traps Tiafo. Body serve. Big body serve. 40-30. Um, and then this guy next to me says, "You have a lovely manner. How does she know where you live?" And it's like so stupid of a joke, but it works. It's perfect. It's like a stand-up joke. It's perfectly constructed, and the guy just thought of it on the spot. So definitely very funny people. You have a lovely manner. How'd she know where you live? I love that interaction. I remembered it because everybody involved was strangers. Like I don't live there, but I know that none of those people knew each other. And it was funny. 3-2. Manner. Yeah, exactly. You made up with the Faison? Yes. Faison looked exactly how I thought, except he was like half a foot taller than I expected. It's like I think Faison's like 6'2" or something. He's definitely over 6 feet. And so he looked exactly to how I thought, which is like, oh my god, that's crazy. It's not like you've seen him on video live streaming for hours and talk to him, through video chats and stuff. So I've seen him. So he looked exactly like I thought, except he was like half a foot. It's like his face, but he's like half a foot taller than I imagined in my head. I didn't realize he was that tall. I want to hear it. I've never been to the UK. Nice. Okay, I'll talk about it a little bit. I will be honest with you though, Ghost. I am tired, Ghosty, of telling those stories. So, and most people don't know that Faison is distantly related to Hagrid from the Harry Potter films. Yeah, 100%. You're used to Georgian Southern hospitality, going to be a drop off damn near anywhere in the world you go. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I agree with you. But I also think, like in the U.S., people are like a little bit like they're like overly nice. They're compensating for the fact that they kind of want to tell you to screw off, and a lot of people here will tell you. Most people. Um, well, I think of it like in the states, it's like in general, from how I know, no, I don't think people are like overly nice. People are pretty nice, but in general, but it's like I think in general, like it's kind of neutral, almost a little bit mean sometimes. I don't think of the United States as a very nice hospitable place. Very general. I mean, we have like 400 million people. I haven't been everywhere in the country. I've definitely not talked to every single person. In general, I think people are nice, but I I don't know. I think in London, I actually had a more of a feel of people were like actually like genuinely nice. They just if they told you thought you were being stupid, they would tell you. Really, like wherever I felt that. Like I tried to board like get on one of those like double decker buses they have in the UK, and I just asked it was kind of late, so people were tired. But I asked the driver like, "Is this going to Victoria?" Then everybody in the bus like it felt like out of a movie. Everybody in the bus at once said no, and I was like, "Okay, this is fine. All right, I won't ask again." Um, they'll just like tell you if you're being dumb, which is fine. Jet lagged after I came back. Yeah, yeah, good point. There's some fakeness to American hospitality, or maybe performative, I think is a good word. Yeah, all the English folks I've met in hospitals around the world have been cool. Yeah, yeah, I met some interesting people in the hostels, like this couple people from Ukraine, from Chile, from Australia. So that was cool. More towards the end. Mostly the people in the hostel are antisocial, but yeah, it's cool meeting people from all over. That's what's cool about staying in youth hostels. You meet people internationally. All right, 30-15 Tiafo. I'll talk a little bit more about the match and less about whatever else comes to mind. Forehand, cross court, back in Tiafo. Brilliant shot. Comes to net. Good close. Just couldn't execute, but he played a very smart point. I think he drove through that volley a little bit too much because there's coming at him with pace. He made a gutsy move forward, but he made it hard to control that. I actually didn't dislike the play, but you really had to execute it the right way and really stay focused because it was going to be hard to control. But he played a smart point, I thought, even though he lost it. Second serve Tiafo. In general, a smart point. Second serve. Tiafo runs way around his backhand. It's a big forehand. Tiafo has an open court. Shelton has to go for a winner. And Shelton was just he was back in London. How far he moved off the court. By the way, Shelton made a quarterfinal run in Wimbledon, lost to Sinner. He was helped. He didn't have to play a single seed to his quarterfinals, but you don't choose who you play. Those players that he played knocked out some seeds. In general, you hope that the players you play are playing the best tennis in the tournament. They are the ones who won the matches to get there. So there's that. But he was helped by his draw. Tiafo, on the other hand, lost in 4 sets to Cam Norrie, who is actually a tricky player on grass. He's been playing well recently and confident. So that wasn't that bad of a loss, I thought, but definitely still disappointing for Tiafo to go out in the second round. Tiafo still has not really had that much success at the slams outside the U.S. Open. U.S. Open has been his saving grace, really, in terms of Grand Slam tournaments. Australian Open, he had a good run back in the day, but I don't really know if he's had that big of a run since then. Whenever that was, 2017, 2018, it was a long time ago. Maybe 2019. I kind of think it was 2018. One of those anyway. 3-3 here. Did you play any tennis out there? No. I wish. I played tennis the last few days. I have now a consistent group I'm hitting with, which is good and also surprisingly hard to find. But it has been, I mean, devilishly hot here. So I got to play at like 8:30 at night. I like last summer I didn't even do that, but this summer it's just ridiculous. So I'm playing in the evenings only. Period. Because of the humidity, but it's in the humidity, the sun. Jesus, it's so hot. Yeah. Weird bounce from Shelton. Tiafo has to go for the weirdest tennis shot of all time. Weird, like forehand slice thing that doesn't work at all. It was going to have crazy side spin on it, but he didn't get it to go. Shelton helped from a ball that just barely clears the net. In fact, Tiafo hit that against the ground because he couldn't get to it before it gets to a double bounce. 15 all. I hope Daniil takes some positives from his first couple matches in Washington because he was playing quite well. Shelton is holding his neck for something. I don't know what exactly. It's almost like he got bit by a bee or bit by a bug or something. I don't know what happened. Don't really know how much time you can take with stuff without a medical timeout or something and not get a time violation. Because you would think you can just like fake something and just not get called for time, But I'm not going to be complaining out here like he should have gotten time violation. I don't think so, but I guess it's just about how many times you do that, right? You do it once, you can take a little bit of time, and it seems like Shelton, I don't know what happened, but it seemed like he either got bit by a bug or his neck started cramping or whatever it was. So Shelton having neck problems, yeah. Sabalenka should have been the Wimbledon final, in my opinion, knowing how the final would have turned out. Not attacking Nisimova, it's harder when you made it to your first Grand Slam final. Well, no. I mean, Anisimova, whoever makes it to the finals should be in the final. Anisimova earned her way to the final. She beat Sabalenka. No matter what happens in the final, it was the final that had to happen. I mean, people, I understand where you're coming from. You definitely want a better final than that, and Sabalenka would have likely provided it, although I would have still bet on Swiatek because, like I said, Anisimova beat Sabalenka. Probably a good matchup for her. She's up like 6-3 on Sabalenka or something, 7-3 maybe even. I think 6-3. But Swiatek, the way she came out that day, I think she would have beaten anybody. I think most people think that she would have beaten anybody. I think Swiatek feels like she knows she would have beaten anybody. The way she came out that day, it's like she seemed so confident, and it was just all working. So, but whoever gets to the final, I mean, I think there are certain things in tennis that are just you have to accept. Like sometimes the greatest players aren't the most fun to watch players. That's one thing. People see Yannick Sinner. I find him fascinating to watch. Most people find him boring. A lot of people find him boring, which I don't understand, but that it is what it is. A lot of people find him boring. And they're like, man, I hate watching this guy dominate. Tennis sucks now. But it's just things you need to accept. It's like there comes a certain greatness to Yannick Sinner, what he's doing on the tennis court, that if you play tennis, you understand how crazy it is what he's doing. And I'll say the same thing 200 years from now. Well, I probably won't because I don't think I'll be alive 200 years from now. Maybe there will be a miracle of science. But 200 years from now, there's a guy dominating tennis. I will say the same thing. It doesn't matter what 100 years ago, whatever era of tennis that you dominate, you're playing amazing tennis. So that's just one example of like, I think there are certain things you need to accept. Sometimes two players make it to a final. Those are the players that deserve to be there. The biggest case against that is like Dimitrov versus Sinner at Wimbledon, where Dimitrov got injured. You could argue Dimitrov maybe should be there, but he just got injured. But that's just part of it, I guess, even though it's unfortunate and unlucky. But in general, the players that get to the final are the ones that deserve to be there. And it might not be fun from a fan perspective, but it's, you just have to kind of respect the fact that the game chooses its winners through who deserves to be there. And you can make an argument against the ranking. Like some people say, well, if they deserve to be number one in the world, they would be number one in the world. I push back on that because I think you can make an argument the ranking should weigh in how many top 10 players you beat or something like that. Like you can make these different arguments. Or maybe like the Olympics should be worth points, like you can make arguments like that. The Davis Cup should be worth points. You can make different arguments, but I think in general, the game chooses its winners based on who deserves to be there, period. And we as fans need to accept that. We can't change anything about that, or that's just how the game is played, and that's how it should be played. Hey, how are you doing, Tom? Sometimes the greatest players aren't the most fun players. Yep. Serner's forehand is entertaining to me, but in all other ways, I'm an Alcaraz guy. Where's our next Slam winner? Jack Draper, man. Y'all got it going on. Or Cam Norrie randomly. That would be hilarious. Backhand for a pow. What a shot. Shelton goes for a reverse forehand, half volley. Doesn't get it at all. Good try, Ben Shelton. Going for the shot of the day. But it was TIAFOE who hit a fantastic backhand pass. TIAFOE is talented, man. Both these guys are. Their match at the U.S. Open was an exciting one for a reason. So far, pretty solid on serve, both of them. TIAFOE got out of a tricky game earlier in the set, but for the most part, they've been pretty on the dial, I would say. Yeah, and yeah, Alcaraz and Sinner. I mean, I'm pretty much equal with them. I can't deny it. Sinner, I quite enjoy. So Sinner would be probably like quote unquote like the guy I enjoy watching more, even though like I'm the only person who thinks that. Actually, I don't know if I even enjoy watching him more. I probably don't. But I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Quote unquote like favorite, even though I've said this before as a commentator, my main goal is like stay neutral, but like quote unquote favorite. I was cool to see him play live on center court too. The center court and court number one at Wimbledon were the same, except court number one had the royal box. I went to court number one first. I was amazed because I didn't expect court number one to be as crazy as it was. But it was literally just center court. And I like step in, I was like, whoa, dude. So not enough respect to court number one, bro. Court number one was fire. I mean, literally, I think exactly the same, just without the royal box. 5-4, especially the closed roof. It looked cool. <clears throat> 5-4, close first set. 141 miles per hour from Benny. Pretty standard for him, though. I'm not gonna lie. You mentioned Jack Draper. I'm like, I think he's got a shot. I'm hoping Arthur Feast and Musetti can win a Grand Slam. I'd bet on Feast before Musetti personally. How are the bathrooms in Wimbledon? Do they have those little ropes you pull down from the ceilings to flush the toilets? I didn't know. Everything I saw was normal. But yeah, London was cool. My favorite thing I saw in London, the Big Ben was cool, but in general, my favorite thing I did outside of Wimbledon was, and also Wimbledon qualifying, which was equally amazing. I enjoyed Wimbledon qualifying almost just as much as Wimbledon. It was like 48% Wimbledon qualifying, how much I enjoyed watching it, 52% Wimbledon. It was very close. The qualifying facility was amazing, and the access to players was outstanding. And the access to watch the matches was outstanding. It was awesome. It was so awesome. And yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, my favorite thing I saw in London, River Cruise by the Big Ben and the London Eye. Underrated. Like I rode the London Eye as well. I enjoyed the River Cruise even more. So if you got a chance, London Eye River Cruise, so worth it. It was awesome. Just seeing different historical sites and learning the history of it from this like tour guide on the river cruise. Awesome. That was cool. I went to Paddington Station, which is like one of the biggest train stations in London, and it was massive. There were so many people there, and just like seeing so many people in one place, I remember just how many people there are on the planet, because it's like it felt like there were like I was looking at like 5 million people just in this one train station, which I know is like a ridiculous exaggeration, but it was just like so many people. It was so cramped. And it just reminded me how many people there are in so many places on Earth. And Paddington, yeah, that train station, there was an orchestra playing in the middle of the train station called the West Paddington Railway Orchestra. There's just like a bunch of old guys in seats reading their like music sheets, like papers in the middle of this train station just for no reason. Apparently they play there like once a week or something, but that was cool. And yeah, there's a store called Paddington that had only Paddington themed things, which was perfect for Paddington Station. So it was, I like the like random things that I didn't expect. That's usually what I like going on trips and exploring and stuff. It's like I think some of the best things are found in like hidden places. I also really like Covent Garden, Camden Market. It's a lot of cool stuff. The Tims, yeah, exactly. Am I the only one trying to make a Paddington Bear joke right now? Yes. What? What? Are you the only one trying to make a Paddington Bear joke? Yes, I expect. I expect so. Unless Max is in the chat trying to think of a song lyric related to the conversation. Then I would assume you are, my friend. Serve Shelton. Back in Tiafo. Forehand of Shelton. Shanked and goes out. Love 15. Tiafo's, this is chance. Back in, cross court to the forehand of Shelton. It goes out. Love 30. Break transforming here. I feel the same. Some momentum, no doubt. No doubt. Big serve, bigger return, huge from Big Foe. That's his nickname for a reason. Ridiculous return of serve. Potentially the best return serve of the tournament. Absolutely ridiculous shot. Shelton couldn't even react. How good it was. That was a Federer saber return off a massive serve. First serve missed it wide. Tiafoe is pulling together a great game here. Washington has its walls in the back way too low. The whole setup of the Washington courts kind of pisses me off, but it is what it is. Forehand down the line back into Shelton. That's a break to love for Big Foe. I said at the start, Tiafoe is able to break Shelton's serve. I don't know if we'll see a whole lot of breaks, but he's able to do it in style. He sets the tone 6-5. And turn out tonight, yeah. It really is. I agree. The crowd atmosphere is great. It makes sense in Washington. You know, they love Tiafoe down there. Shelton always gets the American support. So, and a lot of guys there, people there, probably went to the U.S. Open match with these two. At least some of them did. So, I was, you have to. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Either way, on the women's side, I am so intrigued by the ladies Washington tournament. We could get Raducanu versus Fernandez part two. In their head to head, but also like obviously a rematch of their US Open. They haven't played since then. If they play again in a final, I think it would pretty much be like both of their first finals since then. Fernandez has made finals since their US Open meetup. I don't think Raducanu has. I think the US Open is the only final she's reached in her career. I'm pretty sure that's right. It is, which is absolutely hilarious. Fernandez has probably reached like two finals. But that would be awesome. It would be so hilarious if that happens. I definitely can picture it. Hernandez has reached three finals since then. I forgot about Eastern this year. She reached Hong Kong 2023, Monterey 2022. Ridiculous final there against Australia. Tiafoe serving for it. Backhand slice, forehand Tiafoe, inside out, great plus one. That's a plus one, big from the Big Foe. Look, backhand return. Crystal forehand of Tiafoe. Backhand down the line. Good play from Ben Shelton. 15 all. That's the streak of points for Tiafo. That's 6 or 7 points in a row. 46-minute first set, not done yet. Back and down line. Right back at him with a great return. Oh, goes right back at Tiafo. Volley put away. Gave Tiafo a slimmer of hope just to take it all away. 30-15. 15-30, I should say. Okay, Anthony, you got any plans for the other grass events in Europe, Queens or Halle or whatever? Um, yeah, it's a good question. I would love to go to Queens next year. We didn't get accepted this year. It'd be fun to go anyway. Um, it's a financial investment too. Because I definitely want to do Wimbledon. So I don't know if I'll have opportunity beyond that. Obviously, traveling around Europe is more about the hot staying like where you stay more than traveling from place to place because you can get around places pretty from like country to country pretty cheap. And obviously Queens is also in London. But to stay there for like an extra week is like a financial investment. So I'll have to see where I'm at next year, honestly. So I don't know. I would love to though. But Wimbledon, I will be back. Well. Break chance for Shelton, 30-40. Looking to get the break right back. Serve Tiafo. Forehand return. Up high. Forehand of Tiafo. Backhand. Shelton. Cross court. Forehand of Tiafo. Backhand of Shelton. Backhand Tiafo. Slice Shelton. Forehand. Tiafo. Backhand of Shelton. Long rally. Backhand slice. Shelton. Forehand Tiafo. Cross court. Backhand. Winner. Winner. Chicken dinner. 6-6. Ben Shelton says not yet. Bring me a breaker. That's impressive. You have to say that's impressive. Even the return at 15 all, just impressive stuff. That slice was smart. Set up Tiafoe had to really scoop that up from down low, set up that winner. Thank the slice and thank the tennis IQ. 6-6. Let me know what you guys think is going to be the score in this tiebreaker. I'm going. That's a tricky one, honestly. I'll go Shelton. I'll stick with my Tiafoe in 3 sets prediction, but I'll take Shelton for the first set. I'll say Shelton 7-5. Lob out. 1-0 Shelton. Going Shelton 7-5 in the tiebreaker. Okay. Same thing. I didn't see that when I said it. Are you going to the US Open this year? Probably not. But I'll have to see. I would love to though. I want to go back to New York. Maybe I will for a few days, even though it doesn't seem like we're gonna get media. I don't know yet, but hopefully. Hopefully for a few days. I haven't thought about it too much yet. We're still looking at potentially Cincinnati too for media as well, but we don't know yet. Backhand, cross court, shank from Shelton, 1-1. You know, when you get this matchup, it's going to be a long match. All 3 matches they've played have been pretty memorable matches. Backhand slice, forehand of Tiafo, cross court, backhand of Shelton, backhand volley. It's going to be too good. Shelton tries to track it down but can't. But you just start to wonder if Tiafoe turned a leaf in this head-to-head when he won that match at the U.S. Open. Maybe he has a brand new weight of confidence about this matchup. Would have wished he put that service game away, but Shelton did play a good return game. Tiafoe could have made more first serves in the court. You know, these guys are friends as well, but when they're on the court, they are not. Oh, massive serve. How fast was that? Ripped through Tiafoe's racket, 144 miles an hour. Probably the fastest serve of the tournament so far, at least. What a slow-mo replay. Tiafoe trying to swing at it and just not even close. How fast that ball is moving. Inside serve quality, 9.2 Shelton. Part of me thinks the AI is just making those numbers up. Like, they're just like, we need a number. 9.2, 7.8, 6.5, 1.9. But anyway, he's serving well. That's the point. 3-2. Cincinnati should be packed if all these top guys come back. Yeah, it's gonna be a better tournament than Canada, I think. Although Canada will probably come with unpredictability. Um, so we'll see. Fritz is playing really well this week. I wouldn't be surprised if Fritz picks up the title, but I guess Zverev. I mean, Zverev's the top seed. I also think he's probably the favorite, even though he's not really been in form. But he's won Canada before. I think I'm pretty sure. He's won Canada before. He has won Canada before. So, yeah, he beat Steph in the semis. I remember their amazing comeback. Yeah, I would say he's the favorite, obviously, but there are other guys that can win it. A lot of other guys. So that makes it exciting in a way. Forehand, cross court, back into Tiafoe. The balls are falling short. Shelton playing some smart slice shots. Good slices. Forehand, deep. Tiafoe trying to rally. Shelton coming with firepower. Another short ball, and that's going to be attacked. Too many short balls in that rally. Shelton able to build out the point patiently, if I can even say that word, patiently, brilliantly, and with some purchase, finishes the point in style with the forehand inside out with that lefty swing. 4-2. Where's Tommy Paul? Losing. He's doing fine. He didn't do as well on grass as I wanted him to. He did well on the clay season. This should be his favorite part of the year. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he has a good hard court season, but he's been losing. Just gotta tell it like it is. Oh, massive return of serve bench Shelton. Both these guys returning some dimes out here. These guys do not want 10 cents in their pocket the way they're returning these dimes. Bars. Got to. Ridiculous. Ouch. Backhand down the line. Shelton, ridiculous. Oh, Tiafoe missed. Did he make it? I think he missed it. Shelton made an amazing get that somehow crawled its way over the net like a spider. Just over the net. Stayed low, 6-2. Shelton crawling his way to victory in this first set. Hasn't won the match, not even close, but first set, he's ended this set in some style. Really impressive. If we want an American to pick up a slam, you'd be excited by that level of tennis. And I mean, I know American commentators often like to, say stuff like that, but I just feel like that level of tennis at the end there really was impressive the way he fought back. Hope Shelton keeps up that kind of level is impressive, not just the serving, but also the returning. That's important. 7-2, tiebreaker for Shelton. Absolutely. 100%. We're going to second set. All right, I'll be back in a moment, guys. I'll be back for the second set. You're gonna step off for a second. It's nice to see Shelton being in the top 10. Yeah, absolutely. Up to number 7, maybe, in the live rankings, I think. We'll see if Tiafo can rebound this in the second set. Shelton's trying to go up 3-1 the head-to-head. As I've mentioned, they've played a couple of crucial matches against each other. Houston final, US Open quarterfinal, and also last year's US Open, which was a third round, but absolute epic that very well could have decided basically who was in the semis at the very least. Forehand slice, forehand of Tiafo, forehand of Shelton. That goes out. First time they play on hard courts outside New York. New York has been, very kind to both of these guys. U.S. Open. Like I said, Tiafoe's kind of become synonymous with just like form at the U.S. Open. Seems to always show up there, even when he's not playing well at all. Like the one year I remember he made the quarterfinals, it just didn't seem like he was gonna win any matches that year. He was just not playing well for some reason. But US Open just very consistent tournament for him. And Shelton as well. Always plays well there. The last couple of years, I should say, has played well there. I don't think he played there before the last couple of years. Yeah, TIAFOE has made semifinal, quarterfinal, semifinal, last 3 U.S. Opens held. Before that, 2 fourth-round appearances. So really amazing. 69% win rate for TIAFOE at the U.S. Open. His career win rate. I mean, his career record 230 to 206. That's not even close to 69%. That's like 52% or something. I don't know exactly, but 30 all here as Shelton has kind of a missed opportunity. He goes for a big backhand, just misses it. Anyway, we are in the North American hardcourt swing, but we are not yet at the US Open. It's interesting to see where these guys are at right now. It seems like both of them are playing at a good level though, so it's promising for both of them. I was quite impressed with Shelton the way he ended that first set though, I got to say. Some of the best level I've seen from him. Forehand, inside out, forehand down the line, forehand squash shot. Shelton, backhand, cross court, in the net. 40-30. A couple missed backhands from Shelton he would want back. Yeah, Shelton's 70% win rate at the US Open in his young career, which is, yeah, just awesome for these guys. 69% and 70% at New York. Just brings out the best of both these guys, really does. That's why it's been great to see them go head to head the last 2 years at the US Open. Fate could be funny and have them play again. We'll see. They've split their first 2 meetings there. But you feel like the atmosphere adds something to those epic matches too. Like that's part of what made that match so epic last year, and also I'm sure brought the most out of both those guys. The crowd was so into it, even from early stages in that match. Such a high level over 5 sets. I think I've said this before on stream, but to me, the highest level of tennis I've seen over 5 sets between 2 players over 5 hours. And I just rewatched this, so now I'll say this with confidence. But it's not Sinner Alcaraz, it's not Federer Nadal, it's not even Djokovic against Nadal. The highest level for me that I've ever seen, which I've not seen every match, not even close, but from the matches I've seen, the highest level between two guys that I've watched where they just have the most amazing quality sustained over 5 sets in 5 hours is 2013 Australian Open, Djokovic versus Wawrinka. That match is utterly mind blowing that 2 humans can do what those guys did in that match. Unbelievable. That match gets overshadowed, I think, by a couple of things. The fact that they played 9-7 in the 5th and the year after that, and Wawrinka won that. Way lower quality match the next year than that one. And also by the Australian Open final that happened the year before that. But that match between Wawrinka and Djokovic is like genuinely unbelievable. And the level never dropped right from the get-go. Wawrinka in the first set is one of the best levels of tennis I've ever seen anybody play, period. Definition of in the zone. Nobody would have. I honestly think put anybody in tennis history against him there in the first set, he might beat anybody. It's possible. I don't know that for sure, but I think it's possible. But yeah, anyway, the level there was amazing from both. I'm not saying Wawrinka's like, I don't think he's a top 10 greatest player of all time, but his peak level is something to witness. That five those 5 hours, that 5 set match was amazing. Backhand, forehand of Shelton. What pace. Shelton is playing phenomenal. 40 love. Tiafoe's saying, what I gotta do? Put his hands up in the air like, what? 40 love. What is this? Who is this? He's hitting some amazing defensive shots that are just coming at him with so much Tiafoe, so much pace that you just think, geez. So many holds to love for Shelton. Not really the same thing for Tiafoe. That's usually a good sign for the player who's holding their serve pretty easily, but we'll see if Tiafoe can change that around, change the patterns we've seen so far. We're in down the middle. We're in Tiafoe. Great shot inside out. Looking love. Serving Tiafoe. 30 love. I'll look at the match stats so far. I mean, good serving from both. It's what you expected. Shelton's only faced one break point. Unfortunately, wasn't able to hold that one break point. Yeah, both guys pretty decent winners to error. Shelton hitting more winners, coming to the net more successfully. I mean, fairly even standard stuff. But yeah, Shelton is serving incredibly, so that's something. Stats don't give away a whole lot. Kind of shows that it's been pretty close for the most part. But Shelton more comfortable on serve, no doubt. Not that Tiafoe hasn't been comfortable on serve, but Shelton's been extremely comfortable. And also more aggressive. Successful. 2-1. Did Kalinskaya win? She was playing against Towson. I don't know if that finished yet. Because that would make the yep, Kalinskaya through. Okay, so Kalinskaya versus Raducanu and Fernandez versus Rabakina. I am so locked into this tournament now. I'm gonna watch every match. All three matches for the rest of the ladies event. I'm gonna watch closely. I'm locked in now. The Raducanu Fernandez storylines are enticing, and also I quite like Kalinskaya and Rabakina. So yeah, I'm kind of stoked to be honest. Fritz is playing really well, by the way. Like, watch out for Taylor Fritz. He is a man on a mission. I don't know what that mission is, but we will find out. Shelton's hit it. Yep. Any thoughts on players having mental challenges recently? Z, Steph, and on and on. Sad to see them go through this. I mean, honestly, it's like, I mean, it's been said so much that it's hard to even say it, but it's like there needs to be an off season. The season is so long. Like tennis is so brutal. Players are playing all the time. Like tennis needs an off season. Um, if not, the players are going to keep, it's going to keep mental health of the players is going to keep being at the forefront because they really need a break. They're not really being fed that very much. So the biggest thing I got to say, I don't like the 2 week masters either. I think they're a problem. Get rid of the 2 week masters, add an off season. That's what I got to say about the mental health challenges of the players. Tennis is always going to offer some mental health challenges because tennis is brutal, but that's sports. But yeah, in general, I'd say add an off season. Big serve, 30 love. Shelton, I mean, barely losing points on serve at this point. I hope that other tournaments, though, I will say this, learned from Washington's mistakes here with the way they've set up their courts because there's not even nearly enough space between the players and the crowd and the back and the wall at the back of the court. That's number one. uh, which, by the way, has made it very much that the people in the front rows have to be really careful not to get hit by a serve. And that brings me to my second point. The walls in the back are way too low. Like the the people in the front rows are in danger, low key. So I hope other tournaments learned from this. This has not been that part has like just made me kind of frustrated watching this tournament at times. I would be so mad as a player if I run into the back wall, like it would make me want to like retire. Because it's like it's just not like, are we playing tennis or are we like playing tennis with a wall as an obstacle and a camera as an obstacle? And why not put a car on the court like they do in Delray Beach? I think the Delray Beach. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Yeah, you have to give the players space to move. Shelton's return today is ridiculous. He is returning like something else. Can you imagine like if like this isn't gonna happen, but can you imagine if like Fritz and Shelton both make like the US Open final and just play the final for each other against each other for the first American to win a slam in 500 years? I doubt that would happen. It would kind of remind me of it wouldn't be the same because Serena and Venus had won 5 million, particularly Serena, and at that time had won 5 million slams, but it reminded me of like Sloane Stevens versus Maddie Keys US Open final. I'm slowly and surely evolving into one of those annoying, frustrated American commentators that will not stop talking about American tennis, even if it's not deserved. I accept my fate. Actually, I don't. I'm going to try to change that, but I also accept it. Serve out wide, backhand, way up high. That goes out 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. 2-2. Chance here for Shelton. If he gets a break here, it's going to be, it feels like it's wraps because Shelton has been serving amazing. Banana shot. Tiafoe's there with the volley. Yeah, no way. No way Shelton gets that. It'd have to be as fast, maybe only as fast as Monfils or Alcaraz to even make that possible to get to. Good volley. Good move. Shelton arguably could have positioned him better for that initial approach from Tiafoe. After that, it was just going to be really difficult. He did pretty well with the banana shot that he hit, but Tiafoe, good hands. Both guys have been good at the net so far. Important point. Bad double from Tiafoe. Also comes with Shelton's the way he's been returning, especially on the deuce side. 30-40, real chance for Ben Shelton. Real chance for Benny Shelton. Tiafoe's got to save break points early in the set, just like the first set, if he wants to have a chance of winning the second one. Tiafoe serve. Wide. Not a good serving performance in this game from Big Foe. That might make the difference here in the second set. Short serve. Tiafoe, forehand, backhand of Shelton. Forehand of Tiafoe. Backhand of Shelton again, down the middle of the court. A lot of pace. Forehand, spinny. Backhand of Tiafoe. Tiafoe still hitting the ball too short. Backhand, Shelton accelerating. Slice now. It's been working for in his favor in these points. Backhand slice again, cross. Backhand slice, a little bit more down the middle. Central, forehand. Both guys pushing a little bit, not really either really going for it. Forehand, Shelton, it's in the net. Got tentative. Shelton got tentative. Can't really go around that. Was waiting for Tiafoe to miss. He didn't. Long rally. Not the best rally, but it was long. Deuce. Deuce, deuce, deuce. You saw that Coldplay cam went away for a world, so you're cheating. I liked the whole world now repeating it over and over is hilarious. I like it when the world can unite over something, and that's hilarious as the thing for us to unite. Basically making fun of a family falling apart, but it is very funny. So crazy. Forehand, that's missed it wide. I don't know. Tiafoe was in an advantageous position. I mean, that was the right shot, but in that moment, knowing Tiafoe and kind of what his game has been the last few games, like he might just want to go a little bit safer down the line, but it's kind of the problem of having too many options. He decides to go across, but too much. Shelton's been returning really well. Can he maybe play a little bit less tentative on this point? Doesn't even get a chance to play the point. Tiafoe with an ace. Nothing you can do about that. Underrated serve, Tiafoe. Shelton looking for revenge. Tiafoe got revenge in the last match. Now it's Shelton looking for it. Can't buy a first serve. Can't buy a second serve. Oh, what a return. Faster than most of his serve. Shelton with a massive, massive return, and it was deserved. Tiafoe's been feeding him some short serves. Short and central. Shelton said, "Thank you very much. I was hungry anyway. I need some lunch. Need some dinner." Ate that up. Advantage to Tiafoe. To Shelton, I should say. Forehand inside out. Shelton almost gets it with the lob, but misses it long. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Um, it's just hilarious, honestly. The only people that did not find that funny were the people involved. But don't that make the best humor, for better or worse? Serve Tiafo Deuce yet again. First serves missed wide. Second here for Tiafo. Back in Shelton. Back in Tiafo. Forehand of Shelton. Comes to net. Not a good approach. Not a good volley either. Needs to have a better approach. Half of the quality of your net game is how well you approach the net and transition in. I don't know if that's something a coach would say, but that sounds like something a coach would say. I'm pretty sure that's, to me, that's accurate. Probably more than half, to be fair. Big return. Tiafo here at the game point. Misses that one. Back to deuce. Nervy shot from Big Fo. Back and forth we go. Great body serve. Big Fo at that game point. Is this the moment he finds his way out of this game? A lot of these points are first strike tennis. Big return, big serve. That is another big serve. Monumental game for Tiago. Keeps himself in with a chance. 3-2. This got interesting now. Ooh. I guess wait, is Taylor I think Taylor Townsend is now number 1 in the women's doubles ranking. That's crazy. I think because I mean she played with Sinyakva a lot. Sinyakva's been number 1, but I guess now she's played a little bit without. I guess now it's confirmed. That's crazy. That's her first I think that's her first time being world number 1. Pretty sure. Let's go. Let's go. Good stuff. Got a chance to talk to her at the Atlanta Open last year and also at Wimbledon qualifying this year. She's great. I'm gonna confirm that, but that's awesome. One of the best volleyers I've ever seen. Her volleys are ridiculous. She's a really fantastic talent. She is world number 1, Taylor Townsend. Good stuff. Whenever I hear an umpire call time now, I for whatever reason I always hear Medvedev going, "What time?" Same match where he calls the umpire a small cat. Umpire goes, "Time." Medvedev, "What time? I'm talking to you. Look at me when I'm talking to you." His coach is talking to him every point. That whole rant is just the best thing ever. It is the best thing ever. Medvedev is just like the most unintentionally hilarious person in South. Also, the first person that Medvedev was the first person when I did Wimbledon press. First person that I was able to attend the press conference of and ask a question, which was great. And also did another interview with Medvedev earlier where I got to ask like pretty much like 3 questions to him one on one, not one on one. There are other people in the room, but it's a much smaller room, so I got better access, which was great. Backhand down the line, forehand of Shelton. That's on the baseline. Risky shot, but gets it. Backhand down the middle, big. Slice against Shelton. Shelton doing a lot of slices. I think it works against TIAFOE. Backhand misses it one. 15, kind of an awkward point. Does he find himself out of rhythm in this game? TIAFOE definitely can get some confidence and momentum off of saving the last game. This could be an opportunity to break out of nowhere and really turn this match around. TIAFOE was serving for the first set. Shelton had to put together a fantastic game to break. Love 15 and a missed first serve. I'd call this half a chance for TIAFOE on Shelton's serve. I thought that was a double fault, but that's just hit the line. Backhand down the middle. Backhand of TIAFOE. Backhand of Shelton down the middle. Forehand TIAFOE. Forehand of Shelton slice. Forehand TIAFOE in the net. You know, wow. Giant serve from Shelton. 141. I don't know. I kind of wonder though. It seems to me maybe Impechi Pericard has the highest serve speed ceiling on the tour. Shelton is often hovering. Like he more consistently, he's very consistent at hitting 140 bombs. I almost wonder if Impechi Pericard more easily the 150 plus comes to him. Like maybe if one of the active players breaks the serve speed record, maybe it would be GMP Pericard. We'll see. We'll see if anybody does. Opelka could also do it. You never know. I would like to see somebody do it. There's so many big servers now. They're not particularly fun to watch, so they gotta put together something interesting. 40-15. Serve here, Shelton. Body serve. TIAFOE, great return chance here, actually. Lob. Missed. 3-3. Good rebound after a awkward first point of that game. Very impressed by Shelton here. I mean, Shelton's one of the more informed players in general. Even on clay at the French, played a fantastic match against Carlos that most people would think, and I think should have gone 5 sets. He's one of the more informed players. U.S. Open's been his best slam to date, so we'll see. Not a whole lot of long rallies in this one. Fifteen all. I do wonder if this is where Shelton pounces. If Shelton pounces here, like I said I said the last time, but this thing might be over. I guess it's good for Fernanda. She's having such a good run right before her home tournament in Canada. She could do something there. Oh, even if she loses to Rybakina here, I could imagine her having a run in Canada. That's a good time of the year for her, for Fernandez. I kind of wonder if clay is not her best surface, but either way, this is a good part of the year for her, whether it is or not. 15:30, chance here for Ben Shelton. Will he take it? First set was as close as it comes. Shelton trying to make the second set a little bit of a different story. Tennis players writing the novel in real time. But Tiafoe's also got his hand on the pen. Second serve. Serve. Backhand. Shelton. Slice. Now through the middle of the court. Forehand. Tiafoe. Back to the backhand slice. Shelton runs around backhand. It's forehand. Slice again. Somewhat of a drop shot from Tiafoe, which works. I mean, somewhere in between a slice and a drop shot, but it pulled Shelton in. Short slice. 30 all. Big moment in this one. By the way, guys, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis for more tennis content. Don't forget to like the video as well. Serve here from Big Foe. Good return, Shelton. Forehand, right back to Shelton with the forward pass. Bad volley. Tiafoe's net game has kind of gotten worse as the match has progressed. Shelton's been more successful at the net in general and also has come to the net more than Tiafoe. He's also just had different shots which have allowed him to come to the net more with success and confidence. There's this serve which has been fantastic, just aggressive game. Slice and come in, return, and being aggressive right from the jump. Tiafoe can't buy first serve now. Second set lower quality for Big Foe than the first set. Will that pay off for Shelton here? Backhand slice, Shelton, cross court. Backhand Shelton, big. Cross court, taking his chance, big. Backhand, good one from Tiafoe. Now cross court, forehand. It's a weak shot. Who's going to pay for that? Yeah. A very weak shot in the middle of that rally from Shelton. That just really strange forehand that just hooked way really high up as short and central. And Tiafoe said, thank you very much. No way he's going to rebound from that one. A bit peculiar almost that Shelton hit that shot. It felt like he could hit through it, but he was a little bit on the run. Clearly missed it, though. What's going on here? That's a bug or something the ball boy stepped on. Huge, like, moth or something? I don't know what that is. Players having fun with the ball kids. Ball kids trying to stomp on this big bug in front of the net or something. Crowd's enjoying it. This match's already been an hour and 35 minutes. Could be another hour and 35 minutes, or it could be just 10 or 15 more minutes. No one knows. Thing about tennis, no timer. Unless you're at Wimbledon. Backhand. Goes the forehand of Tiafoe, forehand of Shelton. Forehand of Tiafoe, cross court, backhand of Shelton. It's going to be out from Tiafoe. Big roar from Shelton. Get the feeling this is where he pounces. Advantage Shelton. Been the better player. I mean, very little divided them in that first set. Last 10 minutes or so, Shelton took over. He played pretty much unreal, really well anyway. Advantage to Ben Shelton. Can Tiafa find another big first serve, find his way out of trouble? He hasn't been finding a whole lot of first serves in general, but can the tennis gods serve him one here? Goes for the serve I was hoping he'd go for, but he misses it by a few inches. Big serve out wide. Second serve. Forehand. Shelton. Backhand Tiafoe. Low. Slice. Brings Tiafoe in. Backhand. Completely missed by Shelton. I mean, it wasn't even close. Deuce. That's nerves. Good from Tiafoe. Was gutsy. Was tempting him to come in, but he did it very decisively. The way he needed to do. That was just didn't have yeah, I think got nervous there on that backhand, honestly. It is hot there in Washington. Warm conditions. Tiafoe has been saving a lot of break points here so far. I think he's 7 for 8 now, saving break points. Big serve down the tee. Advantage Tiafoe. Still in this match, very much so. Anyone's game still. Who are you picking again? I had Tiafoe in 3. I'll stick by it. I don't like to turn on my predictions, so I had Tiafoe in 3. Who are you picking, Lexi? And let me know in the chat who you guys are predicting will win this one. Who you predicted at the start or predicting now? Either way is fine. Oh, unbelievable return from Shelton. Tiafoe doesn't buy it. Shelton goes for broke, and he is not broke. He got paid quite a bit for that one. Paid off. Tiafoe thought it was going out. Just got the outside of the line. It was out for most of the way there, that return. It's one of those returns you think is going out for sure, and then just you got, I guess, lucky in a way, but also Shelton's been returning well. Not really luck in my book, as much as it is skill and courage. Backhand to drop shot. Too much air, though. Way too much air. Tiafoe gets right, but it doesn't matter. Tiafoe is in control. No reason to hit the drop shot. It's a low percentage play. I mean, if it works, it looks good, but kind of, I mean, looking good is the least important thing in tennis. It's kind of have to make it work. It's an important thing in sports, really, or in almost anything. Sometimes looking good matters, but no, it didn't there. Big serve. I don't know, man. There's no rhythm right now in this match. On any given point, the one player can be playing amazing or terrible or hit an ace or completely miss a serve. It's like there's very little rhythm right now at all. Usually, when that's the case, that means there's quite a bit of tension in both players. Nothing goes for the big pass, misses it. Advantage Tiafoe. I wish we saw less of that from Shelton. A little bit less of those going for broke passing shot moments. You don't need to go for the flashy shot. Just go for the, you know, Tiafoe's not been good at the net. If you can even get that in, you have a chance. I mean, what was his shot there of making that shot? 1 in 20? Like, I mean, congrats if you get that, but I mean, 19 out of 20 times you'll have that exact reaction of disappointment. So I don't know if it's worth it. Oh, what backhand slice. Shelton TIAFOE at the net. Fantastic from Shelton. His defense has been quite good, really. So is a slice. Deuce number 79. Feels like these guys are playing the scoreboard. Neither guy really playing their best on the points where it matters the most for them. Backhand to forehand rally, cross court, big backhand from Shelton. A couple of them that stays in on the baseline. Drop shot. TIAFOE runs. Oh, gets it. Oh, what a play from Shelton, pointing the match. I tell you, TIAFOE, I consider. I mean, I know it's a weird thing to say, but I really consider him the greatest drop shot retriever on tour. He has a ridiculous set of skills moving up the court, and he has underrated foot speed, really. But Shelton's smart and composed there. He's expecting TIAFOE's rebuttal and what feel from TIAFOE. I got scared for a second. I thought Shelton was going to do a reverse forehand. I was happy he opted for the more natural backhand slice. Get the feeling this is the time for Shelton. Let's see if my instinct is right on that one. TIAFOE can't make a first serve. I'm gonna say Shelton hits a big return winner, ends the game. We'll see. It's a double fault. Doesn't even need to. 4-3. 4-3 for Shelton. 2 service games away from the win. Gavin missed that by a millimeter. Whenever I see that, I want to ask Hawkeyes, like, how do you know? Like, your eyesight is that good that you can tell? Like that didn't even seem like a millimeter. That seemed like a quarter of a millimeter. Like it was so close it could have been in. It was like, how do you know? You got a little suspicious. I'm like, there's no way I could have seen that. But definitely my eyesight is not as good as robots. Or whatever, you know. I'm excited. Those are good matches on the WTA side at Washington. Also, I'm happy to see Arthur Kazal in the final of the Kitzbühel. Bublik is so consistent these days. I'm excited I'm doing power rankings again. It's fun to I think I'm doing it smarter this time around. I'm not really, even if there's like a player that's like I think more people should watch out for. I used to include them in the power rankings. Now I'm not going to really do that unless they really deserve to be in the top 10 best. I included a new category, which is 3 other players that I think you should watch out for that I'm excited about. So I think this is going to make the power rankings like make more sense in general. Um, I'm excited. The power rankings are fun for me to do. I always enjoyed that part of it. It's pretty it's up my alley. I like doing that and kind of giving my opinion of who's playing the best because I have I tend to think like certain people don't focus on the right players of who's in form and who to watch. They look at the wrong stats or wrong stuff, whatever. But I think, yeah, that gives me an opportunity to at least say my 2 cents, which I enjoy, of informed players. Shelton reminds me of Sampras, kind of always has. Shotgun Shelton, Pistol Pete. I think Lexi, if you're still watching, like you and I, one time, I think we crafted that nickname together. Shotgun Shelton. Don't know if we are the first to think of it, but I like it. Big serve from Shelton, so good. 15 love. It's a really impressive match from Ben. If he could win this tournament, he get a lot of confidence from it. I'd say that too. He definitely can win this tournament. 30 love. I mean, you never know. Shelton gets, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like different scenarios, but Shelton beats Fritz in this tournament, gets him again at the US Open, the semis, has the confidence from here to beat him there. And then he, puts together the match of his life against Sinner or Alcaraz. It's unlikely, but it's not completely impossible. I mean, he has the serve where it's like he can at least pretty often make it come down to really tight moments and tiebreakers. And if he can just like, get through those, but we'll see. For a big server, he has better stamina than most when it comes through getting through a slam. Seriously, the people in the front row are fighting for their lives. I think that's what Shelton's reaction is about right now too. He needs to keep apologizing to people in the crowd. It's ridiculous the way this tournament has set the courts up. Honestly, I'm not really mincing words, but I just really don't like it because clearly the crowd is so close to the players. I think it always has been. I remember at Washington that 1 year Kyrgios when he kept like talking to the people in the front row and asking them like where he should serve or whatever. So maybe they wanted more of that, but it just looks ridiculous. It looks absolutely crazy. And somebody's gonna get injured. Tiafo back into the net, 5-3. Shelton is 1 game away. I hope Tiafo, good to hear. I hope Tiafo can defend his points for the US Open. Yeah, it would be wonderful seeing Tiafo and Shelton winning the US Open. Definitely. I don't think they both will. As they say, crazier things have happened. No, but I for one of them to win the US Open would be great. I agree. I would love to see Fritz, Shelton, Corda, Tiafo, someone, Tommy Paul, go all the way. I'd be excited. Who can do it? I don't know. Right now, I'd bet on Fritz or Shelton. And probably Fritz, to be completely honest. But watching this match, I get more excited by Shelton. Backhand slice volley, very good. Shelton can try to finish it right here. His returning level has been quite good in this match. Earning his top 10 spot without I was going to say Shao Vidal doesn't even feel um like it feels like an understatement. Top 10 player through and through with this level of play. Big serve Tiafo. Out wide, 15 all. Ace. Yeah, this might be the best I've seen Ben Shelton play. I kind of think it is. Which is good. When you see a guy, playing so well and earning a top 10 spot, but you feel like he has still ways to improve and keep going onwards and upwards, that's a good sign. So I still don't know if he's going to be joined the big three or something, but he's playing well. I was watching a Tiafo video playing in Washington, like a highlight or whatever. Someone goes, "The guy who works for McDonald's is really good." What a crazy thing to say. Because he's wearing like bright red shorts and bright yellow shirt, and the red like the red on his arm. So it just makes him it's obviously McDonald's colors, but it's just like so crazy. The guy who works for McDonald's is really good. Big serve out wide, 5-4. Tiafo needs to break Shelton late in the set. Was able to do that in the first set, but it has a different feel about it here. 5-4. And guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Long match, to be honest. Even though, I mean, they haven't had very long rallies, but it's been long for whatever reason. They did have that 3-all game earlier this set that lasted about 5 hours. 7 hours and 5 minutes. That's so crazy that Alexei Popyrin is defending the Canada Open title. He earned it last year. He was playing amazing, but like that's hard to get used to, huh? Like that's so random. He's not even seated, is he? Oh, he is. 18th. Seated 18th. I guess he would be because still has ranking points from it, obviously. That's why he's defending it. What is his draw? Where is he in the draw? I mean, his draw's not that bad, but it's kind of bad. Well, it's pretty bad. His draw is pretty awful. Well, okay, so he's got Medvedev and Runa. Runa is whatever. Medvedev is tough. It's not impossible, but it's tough. Then even if he gets through that, he's got Zverev in the semi, so they'll probably end there. You never know. I think Arnaldi made semis last year too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's right. I think Rublev beat Arnaldi in the semis, and Popyrin beat someone. Popyrin beat someone. Popyrin beat Korda. What a weird semifinal. That and Madrid last year were like the weirdest tournaments. Shelton has to apologize every other point because the tournament organizers completely screwed this tournament setup. I mean, I guess the fans are alert and they get to engage with the players, which is something, but it's like they get to engage with the players while they lose an eye. God forbid. Almost 2 hours of play. Half of that time was the 3-all game in the set. The rest of it was points that were either serve winners or return winners. Another serve miss. Shelton with 3 match points. 40 love. One of the best performances I've ever seen by Ben Shelton, without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe the best. Really impressed here with Ben. Can he finish it with a bang? He does. Ace on T. I think the best performance I've seen Ben Shelton have. One of the best. Fantastic stuff from Ben. Amazing last 10 or 15 minutes of that 10 minutes of that first set. breaking Tiafoe. Tiafoe had his chance 6-5 serving, but Shelton returning well, serving well, volleying well, slicing well, building out the points well, patient, mentally strong. I was impressed, man. Moving well, defending well. Like honestly, like defending at a point where he doesn't. I mean, he's not going for. Sometimes he did, but a lot of times defending well, but not going for like flashy outright winner, but just having enough pace on it where it makes it tough. So I think he likes playing big foe. I'd almost be surprised if this doesn't end up being a winning head to head for Shelton. Even the match Tiafoe won. I mean, it was that absolute epic at the U.S. Open last year, and Tiafoe at the U.S. Open is crazy. The crowd loves him, and he had extra motivation because Shelton had beat him the year before that. I would almost be surprised if Shelton doesn't end up with like a pretty winning head to head. It could be close, but I would expect it would be pretty winning. Anyway, that's it for me. Yeah, thank you, Max. Thanks, Lexi. Hell yeah. Shelton can, Tiafoe, I doubt. Can. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I have some time over the next couple days. I don't think I will be tomorrow, but probably Sunday. So probably Sunday for the finals. And I'll catch you guys then. Thank you guys for joining in. Happy to be back. Shelton played really well. Congrats to Benny Shelton. And I will see you guys in the next one. Big Ben Shelton in through to the semis in Washington.